So that was, or those were, Farouq's pictures from all the journey, from the day one to the last day when he landed. And believe me, this just tackled a lot of things inside me, especially that I have an Everest to reach and we all have an Everest to reach. Farouq, was Everest your Everest to reach, or do you have another Everest to reach?
You know, how would I see it? Everest took us like about 60 days just to climb it. And I see, like, you know, being on this earth, we're probably going to be, you know, if you're lucky, you're going to be around 60, inshallah. Yeah. So what I'm saying that, you know, 60 years, 60 days, we had a lot of, like, you know, difficulties in that 60 days. As the same as actually, you know, meeting and seeing a lot of difficulties here in the 60 years, if you're lucky to actually face them. So Everest is just not one. There is a lot of Everest in your life that you will face, whether it's like, you know, financially, whether it's like socially, whether it's economically or politically, or any kind of, you know, or physically, or any kind of, like, you know, difficulties that you will face in life. So you just got to have that skill, you know, to learn to actually, you know, how to climb that Everest and be on the top, and then climb another Everest and be on the top and live with this life, just like the disabled kids has actually done around the world, especially here in Saudi Arabia. I challenged my Everest, and they challenged their disability, and you know, they learn actually to be a part of society right now. And you know, they're saying to me, and it was pretty touching when I went to the disabled children, and I saw them in the airport, and I saw them also on the Jam'iyya, and it was just great to see them holding the sign saying the same thing. You know, you challenged Everest, and we challenged our disability. That's so everyone got their own Everest, and we got a lot of Everest that we have to climb.
Farouq, when did it all start? Where did you practice the hobby?
I practiced all started from my father. My father is like such an athlete. He likes running and he likes swimming, and since I was like an early age, he's always like would actually drag me with him, takes me to, you know, to sport clubs, you know, teach me how to swim. And even when we moved to the new house in Hayy al-Masif, we went and climbed the mountain. It was like right by our house. It was a pretty little small mountain, but I was like by 8 or 7 by then. So we went and climbed it, and just the scene from the top just made me, you know, I just like heights, and I like to see things from the highest point. You know, it just makes the world looks different, I guess. So it started from there. I joined the taekwondo team, and I was with the best like coaches and the best like people that I played with. I started swimming, playing soccer, lifting weight, and I just realized that, you know, sport has to be like a part of your life, especially with the modern society that we live in. You got cell phones, you got computers, you got cars, you got trains, buses. You don't walk, you don't, you don't do physical activities the way you do, even though the scientists said that, you know, we should walk about 20 miles a day. You know what I mean? So
who does this?
I know. So it started from the beginning.
Let's see what Muhammad has to add to us. And Muhammad.
Yes.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
And tell us, Muhammad, how do you feel when you see Farouq, the first Saudi to conquer Mount Everest?
Starting, I would like to tell you my feeling. We are proud of Farouq as a role model. Their Arab, yes, for Arab, yes, sorry. And I would like to ask him a question, yeah.
Please go ahead.
What is the hardest moment during China?
Okay, Muhammad, we're gonna let go of you now. So if there is any other question you'd like to address to Farouq before we do so.
Yes.
Yeah. What's your other question?
What is the hardest moment during China?
Okay, thank you very much, Muhammad.
Thank you.
Okay, goodbye.
So what was the hardest moment, Farouq?
Well, as I mentioned before, you know, there's plenty of hard moments, and I told you a story, but I'll tell Muhammad a special story, actually. Yeah. It's not like it's just the fact that during rescue Sultan, like, you know, he actually went down at 1 o'clock at noon on the 21st of May, 2008.
Rescuing Sultan, that is your
I was
friend, one of the team.
Yeah, Sultan Ismaili, the guy from Oman.
Yeah.
So I was with him the whole time until like he went down. I was we were about 150 meters from the summit. So Muhammad, the hardest part was actually, you know, after I reached the top and then I came back, I was pretty tired and out of it, you know, and exhausted as well, running out of water, dehydrated, hungry, hadn't slept for almost like 40 hours. And I was trying to help Sultan with Tim Ripple and other two Sherpas, until at night when I started actually feeling that, you know, I started to lose control over myself. My brain wasn't functioning well, my balance, you know, wasn't like actually the way it used to be. I was really exhausted, my muscles were like really tired. Every step felt like, you know, it was really, you know, like knives are just going through my, you know, foot. I was pretty cold. If I stopped for 10 seconds, you know, if I sit down for 10 seconds, I pass out and I fall down right away. So I just get up, Muhammad, and I just start walking.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I was in a situation, Muhammad, where actually that I had to either leave Sultan and go down, or stay with Sultan and maybe, you know, die.
Farouq, sorry for interrupting you here, but that leads me to one question, that is, did you have any safety team accompanying you guys?
Well, actually, no. There's a Sherpa. They call them a private Sherpa. On the summit day, everyone will get their own Sherpa. A Sherpa is like, you know, the professional climber from Nepal who would just, you know, go with you, carry your oxygen with you. You carry your own bottle of oxygen that we breathe, and in case something happened, he's responsible about trying to get you down, not all the way, but he will try to get you help. There is no medical center, there is nothing on the mountain. The only place that it was actually was on
those are professional people, the Sherpa.
They're professional. Yeah, they're professional, really strong. They got like different lungs, I guess. They can't breathe easily. The less oxygen, they can't communicate. Even they 2/3 of the oxygen are gone by the time we're on the summit, so we had to use oxygen. Yeah, there's no team. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, Farouq, what was the first phone call you received when you went back? I heard there was such an interesting story about the first phone call.
Yeah, the first phone call actually was from Badr Bazzi, and he's the project manager. That was, I would say, a day and a half after I reached the summit, because after I reached the summit, I had to go through a stage where it's actually I was snow blinded for almost 2 days.
Goodness.
Yeah. So imagine getting up in the morning and you're trying to look around and you're like, I mean, I see